One of the most common questions I get as a cloud educator is what types of projects should someone build? So if you're looking to land a job in this industry today, you do need a portfolio. So portfolio is essentially some projects that you've completed that demonstrate to an employer that you know what you're doing, that you know how to design solutions, how to build them, how to integrate them, maybe how to troubleshoot problems, and actually create a solution. That tells them that if they hire you, you can hit the ground running. Now, in the hiring process, companies will look at a portfolio. So if it's on your LinkedIn profile, it can be in GitHub. I recommend putting it in different places, but LinkedIn is super good. So often I recommend creating an article about the project work that you did. That's good for different people in the recruitment process, non-technical people as well as technical people. Whereas a GitHub repo, for example, only good for technical people and often only good if they actually spend the time to deploy your code, which they probably won't. So the reality is writing up in an article is usually the best way to do it. So this means that employers will see the work that you've done when they're browsing your LinkedIn profile, which of course they're going to do as part of the hiring process. The other reason we do projects is to gain the actual practical experience. So if an employer puts us into a technical test or gives us some kind of scenario, so we should then be able to draw on the experience that we've gained while completing these projects in order to get through those challenges. Now, employers today are going to be fairly discerning, so very simple stuff that you might follow along in a video is not going to cut it. You do need to really build some projects where you have to solve some problems along the way. So in this video, I'll give you an example of some of the projects that we give to our Cloud Mastery Bootcamp students. And that's going to help you to understand the type of projects that will be good in your portfolio as well. Now, this first one is one of our portfolio capstone projects. You can see there's quite a lot going on here. Now, one of the challenges with project work is how can we create something that is actually interactive? Now, the diagram itself is a very good way of showcasing this in your portfolio. So if you write an article on LinkedIn, for example, I would recommend create a visual diagram like this one and put it into the article. It really brings things to life. Also, if we can, build a project that has some interactive element to it. This actually has a view counter so people can see how many people visited. You can click a button and it pulls the latest news from AWS in an RSS feed, and you can upload your resume and your work history and all those things, so it actually displays that on the page. So it's essentially a website containing some of your information, your resume, as well as having some interactive features. This one combines server-based infrastructure with serverless and event-driven architecture as well. Another project we have in our bootcamp is this one, which is AI and CI/CD. So this one integrates Amazon Bedrock for artificial intelligence. So that's a service that's essentially Gen AI, where it connects to different models on the back end, and then CI/CD pipelines. Two elements of which are extremely important, of course, in the world today. So CI/CD is the DevOps pipelines that most organizations use. And of course, everybody wants to integrate AI into their applications as well today. This is a fully serverless and event-driven architecture, leveraging, of course, AWS components as well as GitHub. Now, the way we provide these to our students is we do give them the outline, we give them this diagram, we give them some of the components and some of the code because we don't expect them to write the code, but they have to solve problems to actually build it. So it's not going to be a simple process of just following some instructions and building it. We only give them partial instructions and they have to solve those problems themselves. Now, this solution is CloudFront with a REST API, Lambda, and S3. This is one where we give almost no instructions, but we give some of the components and a diagram. And we say, you need to solve some problems to build this event-driven architecture. Again, something that looks along the lines of the type of application a company would deploy publicly using a web interface, which connects to a storage layer on S3 and Lambda functions for processing data. Now, it can be useful to know some code. So one of the modules in our bootcamp is a Python module where we teach students how to code with Python and then actually use it for automation and management within AWS using the software development kit called Boto 3, which is essentially the way that you use Python language to manage AWS. And so one of the applications we have there is processing some data. So using AWS services and Python code to actually transform some data and then store it in a database. The type of problem companies need to solve on a daily basis. Another one, which is always fun for me to actually build and deploy stuff like this, is disaster recovery, active, passive across different regions. Here we have load balancers, we have different tiers of the application, we have instances on EC2, we have a database layer, and then we're replicating some data and configuring this in such a way that if one of the regions fails, for some reason, then automatically we can have the entire application fail over to a completely different region. Again, this is something that companies must deploy. They have to deploy highly available solutions. They have to consider disaster recovery. They have to consider if a certain component fails or an entire region or entire availability zone, how does my application survive? So hopefully those examples give you a bit of an idea of what projects actually look like. And notice that this is not about simple, putting a to-do list application together or a hello world function. It has to be something that's more aligned to solving specific business problems, the type of things that organizations encounter every day. And that's it for this video. I hope that was useful to you. And if you want to learn more about our bootcamp program, if you want to work with me and my team and deploy lots and lots of projects like this, build a really strong portfolio and excellent hands-on skills, look at the description of this video and you'll find a link there where you can learn more.